Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new video, in a new series I will be creating. This series will be in my new career mode where I'll be launching for contracts and colonizing with the rockets I've built so far. I'll be making a playlist for each mission and releasing each craft to Steam after the video is done. On today's episode, I'll be launching 3 payloads to the moon on my fully stocked nuke land. I've built this nuke land from scratch and I've been working on it for quite a while, and testing different landing legs, different pitch authority when it comes to re-entry, and different payload mass to see how far I can push it. I'll be showcasing it doing a return to launch site landing and a heavy payload up to 50 tons to low lunar surface and orbit. For the first launch, it's going to be the Blue Moon Mk1 with an extended solar panels, to support and create energy for future moon operations. For the second launch, I'll be landing further away from the solar powered Mk1 and deliver an uncrewed rover to the surface to scout for future possible landing spot for the Blue Moon HLS. The Blue Moon HLS will stay in orbit until episode 2, where we'll be launching SLS and SpaceX's HLS to soon dock up and land on the moon. The crew will descend from orbit on Blue Moon, landing at the base area, and will bring SpaceX's HLS down to the surface uncrewed for supply runs. On episode 2, I'll be landing crew modules and ISRU units to further support our base operations. Episode 3 will be a crew switch for SLS Block 1B, will be delivering crew and supplies of 5 and returning the crew of 3. As Nuke Land prepares for its first launch, I would want to mention a few upgrades. In the future, it'll receive a sleek design with a 9x4 engine variant and a stretched second stage with an extra fuel tank, allowing it to carry much heavier payloads. I'll also be building a custom launch complex just like I did for my Starship program, to make every mission feel more realistic. Out on the ocean, I'll have a landing platform so Nuke Land can recover farther downrange, extending its range while saving fuel. The current 7x2 variant can carry 50 tons while landing on the ocean platform. The future 9x4 version will be more powerful enough to carry the same payload and return back to the launch site. As we approach stage separation, Nuke Land begins its trip home, while the second stage continues toward low Earth orbit, carrying the Mk1 lunar lander. On the way back, Nuke Land performs a small re-entry burn before starting its landing burn with 3 engines. As it slows down, it shuts down to a single engine for a smooth touchdown and another successful recovery. For this mission, I intentionally did not fuel the second stage full. I wanted to see if it can still reach the moon with less propellant. If it works, future missions could be much cheaper while helping me understand exactly how much fuel each payload requires. Once in orbit, the second stage begins its transfer burn. As you can see, we're running low on fuel, but that's expected. The Mk1 carries enough fuel to finish the trip on its own. The Mk1 is one of my favorite landers I've built so far. It's lightweight, efficient, and can be configured for many different missions. This version uses solar panels to generate power while maintaining communications with future rovers, probes, and lunar bases. Once we establish a permanent base, many of these early Mk1 landers will be taken apart and reused for power systems and other equipment. As we head towards the moon and prepare for lunar orbit insertion, I want to mention the contracts I'll be completing throughout the series. Expect satellite deployments, lunar bases, and much more. If there's a mission you'd like to see done, whether it's sending a rover to another planet, launching a probe, or building a space station, leave it in the comments and I may include it in a future episode. As we descend towards the surface, I chose this crater because it has plenty of ore, lots of flat terrain, and makes an excellent location for future operations. I've also had great success using this site in previous save files. This version of MK1 will appear many more times around the moon. Over the next few episodes, I'll be deploying several more, each equipped with different hardware such as larger solar arrays or radiators depending on the mission. For our second launch, I skipped most of the ascent and jumped straight into stage separation. This return to launch site landing was much more riskier than usual, because I had less fuel and was re-entering much faster, but thankfully, the booster still landed safely. This version of MK1 includes a crane for delivering small payloads. Eventually, my fully reusable starship will take over these heavy cargo missions. As we start our deorbit burn, I purposely landed the rover far away from our first MK1. Its job is to explore the area, search for flat ground, and locate the best ore deposits for future ISRU operations. Unfortunately, during the drive, I clipped a rock and destroyed one of the front wheels. In a future episode, I'll send another rover or an engineer to repair it. The third launch is much more straightforward. Launch, separate, land the booster, and send the payloads to lunar orbit. As I mentioned earlier, Blue Moon HLS will remain in lunar orbit until episode 2, where it will dock with Orion. The side docking port is reserved for Orion, while the top docking port is used by HLS. After the crew transfers, HLS will follow Blue Moon to the surface, delivering supplies and serving as a backup lunar lander. Blue Moon can carry 2 Kerbals to the surface. While Orion brings 5, the engineer and scientists will land on the moon, while the pilot and 2 additional scientists remain in orbit to continue gathering science. I also have a Kerbal health mod installed, so radiation and other hazards are now part of every mission. Keeping the crew healthy will become as important as completing the mission itself. And that's the end of episode 1. Episode 2 is already in development and should be out within a week or 2. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments what mission you'd like to see next. See you in the next one. Goodbye.